Greetings and salutations, and this is Wolfphototech, and I'm going to unbox and show off this new product. It's manufactured by Clarkson Potter Publishers, officially released by Wizards of the Coast. It's the Dungeons and Dragons Tarot Deck. This recently released, say a week ago, officially. However, I did not get around to making it then. I was busy with other projects, and I was also busy with touches on a campaign, several campaigns I was working on. So, kind of had to reduce this number. But anyways, it's a nice little box. It's about yay big. It has some art from the cards on the edge of the box. That's actually just a sticker that holds it tight. I unpeeled it quickly before I was actually considering, hey, the top. Now I will pull that again. Nice little gold inside, black around the top. It hinges as such from the corner, from the edge. Not a corner, an edge. There's happens to be a little tarot book, a guide to tarot in here. It is approximately, the book is so small they don't even bother numbering the pages. But anyways, it shows, it gives you a little instruction about strength, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. No constitution or dexterity in here in relationship to the cards. It talks about spreads, upright and reversed meanings, 1 card spread, 3 card spread, 5 card spread, and D&D encounters, adventures in the spread, creating the story, typical diplomatic escort, and as a few examples. And then it has artwork of each card and a little section of text explaining the hierophant, the meaning of the card, as well as the function it can be used for in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And it just goes over each card. Come back to that. Basic information right there. The Dungeons and Dragons in meaning. And then we go to the actual cards themselves. I actually dinked this earlier. There's this little piece of ribbon that allows you to pull the cards out. There's a little plastic band on the deck. The cards are regular tarot size. They're actually quite simple. They're non-glossy. They're matte finish. If you look at it carefully, it's a matte finish. So if you get any moisture on these are going to wrinkle up like nothing super fast. The Queen, the Knight, oops, actually I should reverse that, how I'm doing that. Put those off to the side, screw that. You got various D&D characters, like Laurel Silverhand right there. Yeah, that looks to be Laurel Silverhand. And they're actually fairly nice cards overall. There's also a Taraka deck that is in the Curse of Strahd box, the revamped box, which I'll show off at some point in the future. I kind of keep forgetting about pulling that one out. So, if you actually want to look at the cards in closer depth, you can always pause the video at a moment. This is actually not a terrible deck at all. There's better tarot decks. Also, the guide that comes with it is actually very simple, overly simplified. You have to, if you truly want to do tarot readings, the guide that comes with it is actually so basic. It's actually ineffective. What you truly need to do is actually go get a beginner's guide on tarot decks. At some point, I will do reviews of those, as well as my other stuff on my other channel. It's a channel that just basically has a bunch of random stuff on it right now. But at some point, I'm actually going to do book reviews for other things outside of gaming. Or maybe even including gaming and have it just a crossover. Or cross-post. Kind of looks like poison ivy. This is actually a fairly decent tarot deck. It has 78 cards in it. Yeah, 78 tarot cards. It's the common tarot deck. It's not the it's not the expanded one. It's not the super base. It's not the stripped down one. Tarot decks actually come in. I brain fart for 5 seconds. There's actually more details into it than this, but tarot decks come in like 3 different sizes. There's an extra large deck, which I literally forget exactly how many cards are in it now. And then there is the classic deck, the classic deck, which is 78 cards. And then there is the super simplified reduced deck, which is 52 cards, which is where playing cards are derived from. Because if you actually pay attention to the tarot deck, there is numbered cards in a tarot deck, and actual playing cards, like you would play blackjack, poker, bridge, etc., are actually based out of tarot decks. So there's more details into it than that, but that's really something to dive into. And yeah. See, it's such a pain in the butt to get in here. Personally, this is actually not a bad basic tarot deck. This basically covers your most common spreads. The extra large decks are just, extra large decks. X for super fine, readings. Yeah, I'm really enjoying trying to get the cards back into the pile. But anyways, I say that this is actually, as far as a Dungeons and Dragons themed deck, and the way the tarot deck book comes out to, it is a handy dandy device for adventuring, to tell, come up with ideas for adventures and stuff like that, and foreshadow them to the players. yeah. It's a fairly nice box. It's a fairly nice deck. I damaged it pretty quickly right off the bat in the top corner, so it's not a great box. It's a nice box. It does the job. So what I'm thinking is that as far as tarot decks are concerned, and this is like in that, it's in the 3-star territory. 3 stars. You know, it's not amazing. It's not terrible, but it's right there in the center. It got the Dungeons and Dragons name on it. So there you go. It's actually probably a decent deck to start with when you're first learning how to do tarot readings. Which is basically the standard in which most people go with, is the 78 deck like for tarot readings, or the 52 deck. When you go to the super big decks, those are that's not super common. There are decks bigger than the 78. So thank you very much for... I literally cannot remember the size of the largest decks right now. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful weekend, a magnificent month, and see you next time.